What's going on, boys? NealGuides here. Welcome back to another video. Now in today's video I got my top 5 attacking quick tips that can instantly increase and improve your gameplay. I released these on Reddit and they did very well, and it's very much a well requested video. So without further ado, let's get straight into them. Now the first one I want to go over is called the player lock feature. So I'll let you play it on first. And it does seem complicated at first, but it's actually very easy to do. It's very effective because you can control a player off the screen and surprise your opponent. You're going to see this is going to be very much effective this year, especially when you want to go down the wing. So how do you do it? So let's take this back a little bit, okay? So going back a little section here. So you see when I get the ball, I'm ready for the counter attack. I know that I can have that element of surprise by going forward. I know there's a player on a radar and there's so much space over here. So I press the L3 and R3 button in together, activate the player lock, flip my right analog stick to this left hand side, select the player, and then literally I just run into the space, and then I just do R1 plus triangle, which is driven through ball, and that just means that when I make it, the game will automatically pass to that player, and that's why it's so effective. And you can see on the radar that I'm timing my run to perfection, and that means that he's still controlling this player and I'm all the way in behind. So the player lock feature is very effective to use. Don't forget, hold L3 R3 in, right stick switch to a player, and then you can request a pass either by pressing X, triangle, etc, etc. Okay, so the next clip I want to go over is the finesse shot meta. Now, many of you guys are saying to me, I'm doing the finesse shots, but they're not working, Neil. I'm doing it outside the box, but it never goes in. The goalkeeper either catches it or it goes too far away. And the key is you want to do the finesse shot further away than you think. Now, you guys know already about green timing finesse shots. I got a video on that on my channel. Don't forget to check out my other channel. And don't forget to check out my Patreon series for more in-depth guides like this to get better. Patreon.com/NealGuides. So in this situation, what everyone is doing is they're doing finesses here, because logically all finesses should be within this region, so that way you can kind of swing the ball in. But as we know, FIFA likes to defy logic, so instead of hitting it in this region, which makes sense, just go a bit more further in this region. The yellow zone is where you want to hit it. The reason why is at this zone you can get enough power on the ball that it goes to the top bins, but you also get spin on the ball. If you take a finesse shot from here, if you do too much power, it will go over. Too less power and the goalkeeper will catch it. But at this distance, you've got a perfect amount of spin and power for it to go into the back of the net. So next time you get into a game, just try to do a finesse shot from a bit further away. And you can see this is actually an untimed one. You can see, for example, when the ball arrives to my feet, I get it, I move away from goal, create the angle. So I'm actually, see, it's going to take a touch away from goal. I don't go close to goal, much further away, and that's what allows me to get the spin on the shot and the power. And you can see it's a very simple and easy goal. Now, next quick tip we're going to go over is lob through balls. A very simple and effective way of scoring. I'm pretty sure you know about it already, and it's one of the most effective skill moves that people always get it wrong. They either do too less power or they're wondering how it works. But don't worry, again, I'm going to walk you through it. So when you get a player, the most important thing is you want to have a striker who's got a getting behind function. And what I mean by that is the instructions are on getting behind. Now, if you don't have a striker that's on getting behind because you like to play possession, you press the L1 button. That means that that player will then signal him to make a run it behind. You can see Ronaldo gets a signal and he starts running it behind. And then what you want to do is, this is the most important part. If there is only one player forward, so ignore this player and this player, all you have to do is hold the L1 button plus triangle and you double tap it. Do not worry about the pace or the power applied to the shot. Just do L1, double tap triangle. The ball by default will naturally go in a perfect trajectory. The game assists you. If you try to do that when there's players nearby, sometimes the game will reconfigure it to a player close by. So the L1 triangle method only works, the aim lock method I suppose you can say, only works when there's no one else near the ball. Because I've got two other players near the ball, I have to manually apply it. Now, what the key thing is that you want to look at timing of the player. Now, obviously too far, you'll be offside. Too early and your opponent will get the ball. Now, most strikers are faster. Just when you see him about, I would say, 2 or 3 characters away, and that's your signal, because by the time the ball gets in here, because don't forget a lob through ball is slower, the player would run onto it and then take a shot. So that is my best advice. So just before the ball arrives to your feet, use the L1 trigger the player forward, time it and wait till your player is about 2 or 3 steps behind. And as you can see, I do the L1 triangle method, and you can see the ball goes directly in my path, perfect to Ronaldo and perfect for a near post finish. One other final thing I want to say, Remember the left analog stick. Now, if you do a regular L1 triangle, let's say for example here I did a double triangle, this one it worked because I was looking directly in the angle and the game didn't help me out here. But if I want to do this with just the L1 plus triangle, you're going to have to apply power. Remember, left analog stick facing that way, so select the player, and you want to apply a bit more power than you think. So just remember, if there's only one player in behind, you can do the L1 plus triangle, just literally tap it, the ball will aim lock to him. If this player's nearby, it will mess up. And this situation, I got lucky. If you want to do it manually, the exact same thing, L1 plus triangle, but this time you hold the power and you basically want to do a bit more power than you think. That way the ball goes in front of I suppose you can say of your player, so you can take a touch and they can then take a shot towards goal. Now, everyone always asks me this question: what do I do inside the box when there's not enough space, there's players in the way? And the best advice I can give you is a La Croqueta, one of my favorite skill moves this year. Now, the most important thing is when you're in this situation, you're going to have to find space with your centre mid. You need to use some sort of dribbling or some sort of 1-2. You want your strikers to be basically alongside the back line. So you can also use L1 triggers, as I mentioned in the previous clip, to kind of push these players forward. When you get the ball and you pass the ball to a player inside the box, you'll figure out, okay, I can't do left stick dribbling here. Or let's say, for example, it's more crowded because there's a lot of players in the way. My best advice is do a fake shot stop. So do a fake shot stop. All you want to do is you want to press the shoot button followed by the cross button very quickly, and no left analog stick movement. If you do a left analog stick movement, then you'll start doing a player, or your player will start doing a fake shot into a direction. So no left analog stick, let it just go. You just want to do a fake shot, and that way you do a fake shot stop on the spot. So what you can see right there, fake shot stop. There we go. The next action is then a La Croqueta. Now, you can choose whichever way you want to go. Now, in this situation, I know that Son has a 5-star weak foot, so I went La Croqueta and I went upwards in a diagonal angle to create it. Now, it's very simple. I got a video on this, but all you want to do is hold the L1 button, and then plus you want to move the right analog stick for 1 to 2 seconds in either direction. So if I wanted to go to the right hand side, if I want to do La Croqueta, if my movement wanted to be like that, I'll do L1, I'll hold the right analog stick to the right hand side. In this situation, I want to go to the left, so I hold it on the left hand side. Now don't forget, it is relative to whichever way your player is facing. So when the ball arrives to Son, you can see I do a fake shot stop, like so. Then I do a La Croqueta. Now because I'm facing upwards, but the ball came to me and I was doing a fake shot stop there, I registered at this point, and I did it, as you can see, the right analog stick up, because when the ball arrived to my feet, as you can see over here, I was facing towards goal. You see that? So watch over here, look at my feet. I am now facing towards goal, as you can see, and then I do up because I want my player to do the La Croqueta animation in that area. L1, right analog stick to my player's left hand side, create the angle towards goal, and it's very easily a shot. I just want to show you one more example where it could work in a more realistic zone. So here you can see my opponent is playing very deep. So I get the ball to my centre mid, left stick dribbling, I create the space, go back to my other centre mid, pass the ball to Lucas Moura, fake shot stop, La Croqueta, and then I take a shot towards goal. So I'll walk you through this again. So the ball of course arrives to my feet. I then do the fake shot stop, like so. And when you do a fake shot stop, you always face the goal. So you do a fake shot stop here, your player will face towards the goal. And then I choose my angle. Here, I want him to go like that. To go on my strong foot, L1 plus right analog stick to the player's right hand side. Hold it. There you go. Switching lanes, La Croqueta, and a very simple goal. Now the other one is agile dribbling. Now this is for dribbling. Now you have two options, agile dribbling or strafe. They're very good. They're both very effective inside the box. I prefer to strafe, but agile dribbling, very simple. The ball arrives to your feet, hold the R1 button, and you move the left analog stick. And what you're going to see is your player is going to do these very small, minute movements, but it's very good to evade your opponent. So you can see in this clip, for example, I'll show you one more time. Ball arrives to my feet. I do a touch. Agile dribbling, I quickly swift to the right hand side, pretend to go left and go back right again. And because of manual jockeying, it's very easy to beat your opponent. And don't forget, the movement is very minute. So people are using manual jockeying, they're struggling this year. So you pretend to go one way. The key with agile dribbling, pretend to go one way, then exit the other way and then take a shot towards goal. Remember that. Fake one way, then go the other way. That's the key. Don't just use it and move into a space. Fake one way, go the other way. And that is of course the most effective way of using agile dribbling inside the box. Likewise, you do have also the strafe dribbling, which is very much the same thing, except for this time you press L1 as opposed to R1. And I want to show you a clip of here. You say you get the ball with Messi. Again, I press the L1 button. I fake to go one way again, fake it, and then I exit into the space. Now, the key with this one is to use the run boost or the sprint boost at the same time. So you can see what I do here is, and I'll walk you through exactly what I did here. So Messi got the ball. Bit unlucky with Joe Cole over there. Messi got the ball. Now he knows I want to finesse this into the corner. So what I do is I use the L1, strafe dribble, and then you can see that this is sidestep movement. See that? I tiptoe that way, and then I go back down again, and I realize, okay, he's going to read what I do, and he's going to think I'm going that way. So I go back to the original way I wanted to go. So I fake, hold the run button, then I exit into the angle and take a shot with Messi's right foot. Now, the most important thing is that when you're doing this, same with agile dribbling, fake one way but go the other. But also be unpredictable. Don't just keep pretending, okay, you know Messi's left footed. Don't always fake that way, then go this way every single time in the game. You want to mix it up. So for example, in this situation here, I pretend to go inwards, pretend to go outwards. He thinks I want to take the finesse shot. I then wait for him to make a movement to my right hand side, and then I hold the run button and I exit with a speed boost into that. I just want to say also, if you do want to get better at FIFA, don't forget to check out my FIFA School Series, patreon.com/NealGuides. Link is down below in the description. I have more videos like these detailing how to do the skill move, how it works, and of course I'll go through examples like I have here, but with different scenarios, different players, different situations, so that way you know how to do the skill move perfectly every single time and you know what to do in every situation. Don't forget some money back guarantees. You don't get better after 1 month, I'll refund your money. That's a NealGuides guarantee. Patreon.com/NealGuides. Link is down below in the description. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy and I'll catch you next time.